it's Helen and welcome to my channel. This video has been created for the design team call on the Crafty Maven Getaway channel and website. I figure I've got to be in it in order to give it a go. Nothing like leaving it to the last minute though. The call closes tomorrow, the 28th of April. I used this inspiration piece and a sketch from the Stuck Sketches blog to begin. Boy, and did I say begin. There are a few false starts here, but I thought I'd include them to show that often it takes a few wrong turns before you eventually arrive happily at your destination. I wanted that watercolour look from the inspiration piece to be on my background. However, the first wrong turn I took was using the roller stamp. So out went that piece, and I reached for a page that I created recently but hadn't used. I added some more shimmer spray inks and some stamping, but once again, I wasn't feeling the love. Yeah, you can see, there I go, stamping. The photo doesn't look too bad, but just didn't work. I think the problem was once I put this pink paper on, it just, for me, didn't look good on the background. And I really wanted to use that pink paper because it's got glasses all over it. And this is a page about my son Sam, who, after a recent haircut, he actually looked pretty good for a change. I mean, if you've got teenage boys, you know what I mean. Well, especially if they're like mine and aren't that fussed about their appearance. Anyway, not putting Sam down because he's a wonderful kid, but he was looking good. So I wanted to use these photos, and I really wanted to use that glasses paper. So I that's an Aussie word for, I got rid of that page of the shimmer sprays and thought I'm going to try some pattern paper to go with this range. This is that Better Together range by Amy Tangerine. And as you can see, I'm just grabbing different pages out of the 6x6 paper pack to layer up behind my photo. I really like this blue and white stripe. I had reached for that black and white arrow page, but it was too light. This stripe here was just a good balance for the other pattern papers. These banners, I cut them, and you might have noticed earlier, I cut them both facing the same direction. Wasn't a very good move of mine. Oh look, I hadn't got rid of the background yet. That page, that's obviously coming up. But anyway, I decided I needed to cut a shorter, smaller tail on those two banner pieces. Still thinking, and magic of editing, there they are, already done. And then I've put them on and gone, alright, I need to add some more stamping because that photo and the pattern paper is just getting too big. Add some more, contemplate, look around, decide, nah, that's it, it's gone. And although it is a boys layout, I really liked this florally background, mainly for the colours. But I found that the other patterns just blended in a little bit, so I actually backed all of that with the blue cardstock, and that just lifted it from the background. What you saw then was added some white gesso around where the photo's going, so I could still get that watercolour look that I was after, and I still used the same shimmer inks because those colours I really like, plus added in some gelatos, and having had that gesso in the background, they did smudge really well, as you can see, and I was happy with that, and I like that look so much better. A few little splotches, that's it. Oh, a bit of foam behind to hold that photo up. Now, I don't know if you can actually see very well, but on that left-hand photo, after doing some of my inking, I managed to put a good thumbprint of ink right near Sam's head. You can just see it. I will later add another photo on top of that to hide that. And Now just adding some strips of paper, decorating and fiddling around. Really, that's what happens for the rest of this layout. Just using the paper that's on hand. That was one of the border strips, I think actually off of this florally background paper. And I went through the 6x6 paper pack, found some of those pages that have got the little pieces all over it, cut some of them out, trimmed some, used some die cut pieces from the embellishment pack, fiddled around. Oh, that circle, that pink circle that says love this, the love was actually little letters that you could pull out. You can see the E, the L and the V to the left side of the layout. And I just put some of the blue cardstock behind it just to make the love stand out. And by including that so fine there's two yellow well, in that embellishment there's yellow around, and in the bottom you can see there's a very big yellow piece. So I do need to bring some more yellow up to that top left hand embellishment cluster, but I'll keep working on that. Liked that little green camera as well, balances out the green from the top left hand cluster. And I mean, these glasses, the puffy ones that I just stuck down on that above the so fine, that's what drove me to use this paper range, because I really like those glasses. And I mean, Sam looks good in his glasses, so it's a perfect opportunity. I don't know what I was thinking here. I thought, oh, I'll put those little circle letter stickers curving around, and then I thought, come on, silly, you've got everything else is very linear going across the page. The title or Sam's name needs to be going across the page as well. So straighten them up so they were nice and lined up, and then kept fiddling around. That little yellow puffy camera didn't quite want to stay. It didn't work up the top there, so I moved that around, but I wanted that little pop of yellow up there as well. Dove into my stash and found some more embellishments. These are, I think, the Bella Boulevard puffy hearts from one of their Inspired Faith ranges, or anyway, Bella Boulevard, I'm pretty sure. And some little wooden embellishments. I'm just doing the final touches. I didn't really want to bore you with my gluing of all the wood bits down, so I cut that out. And finishing off with some enamel dots, and that's just about it, I think. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it and seen my process of creating my background finally. There you go. Well, until next time, see you later.